Hello and welcome to an episode of Taking It Too Seriously. I'm Amira,
And I'm Awa.
and today we thought we'd have a little look back at one of our all-time favourite movies, which is Angus, Thongs and Perfect Snogging.
Yeah, we were both big fans when we were teens. We read the
Yeah,
books
it was
when not when they were coming out,
Yeah,
because
we
they
are
came
not
out in
that old.
1999. We're not that old. I'm not that old.
What do you mean by I'm not that old? Are you implying I'm that old?
No, I'm joking. But yeah, we read the books when we were younger. We were like really avid readers. There's like 10 books in the series. I finished them all, but I know you like read most of them.
I
but
think I
didn't
read
quite
most.
finish.
I didn't finish up to the last few books.
And then when the film came out in 2008,
2008,
we both huge fans. Personally, kicked off my generational crush on Aaron Taylor-Johnson. But yeah, really loved the film, loved the books, and we were just wondering, like, if we were to reread these, rewatch it, would we still A, love it as much as we did back then, and B, think it actually holds up well? So that's the episode.
We say holds up well because I do remember that when it did come out, it wasn't the biggest movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it came out in 2008. You were essentially competing with things like Twilight. You had Mean Girls, that was already a cult classic.
Yeah.
You had other big teen movies that made a larger impact. And at that time, it was very much American.
Yeah.
Didn't have many British movies. So even when it came out, it only really did well in the UK and in some areas of Europe. I think I actually watched it a few years after it came out.
Yeah.
I think I watched it like 2011. I don't think I watched it in 2008. I don't even know if I even saw a promo about it in 2008.
I think it's probably one of those films like I watched on like ITV like years after it came.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think
When
because
it
I didn't watch it in cinema. I don't remember watching it in cinema. There was no streaming services.
You're
It had to come on,
right.
and like there's so many films like things like The Holiday, all those kinds of
You're
like classic
right,
films.
it was
You
a
used to
TV
watch them
film.
on ITV,
Yeah.
like things like that. So I think I was the same. I watched it on TV. I didn't watch it in cinema.
Yeah. So at the time, I obviously didn't do amazingly in the box offices, but I think today it is very much a cult classic.
Yeah.
We thought we'd have a little look back at it again, as you said, see how it holds up for today's standards, as in 2026 standards, and just have a little laugh, have a little looky, and see how it goes. I think for the initial first watch, like when you first watched it, what did you think of it? Like, this is back in 2000 whatever.
Yeah, back in, it's probably like 2010, something like that. I was obsessed. Me and Georgia, we were the same. That's what I thought.
Same. That's
Yeah,
my girl.
we were the same. That was my girl. I thought she is me and I am her. Like,
I hear it.
yeah, I think because we were watching it as teens, I think it really rang true. Like,
100%.
yeah. And I also thought it was hilarious, which
I did.
I still do.
I think even when I look back at it now, I did even the books that were still quite far back in 1999 or whatever. I read it in 2000 or whatever. It's still kind of funny to me, and I did giggle and laugh out loud.
Yeah.
But when I first watched it, I just know the thing that stuck with me and still sticks with me today is that title ending song, Ultraviolet by the Stiflers. I was
Arguably
in love with that song.
The greatest song ever played in a
100%.
film.
100%.
10 out of 10.
And it fits so well, and to this day, it's in my playlist. Like, that's how great of a song it is, and that's how much it, like, touched me? It's not the right word. That's how much it impacted me. Impacted me.
No, I agree. The Stiflers, one of the best parts. In fact, they're not in the film enough.
They're not.
If they were to remake that film, more Stiflers.
I'll be honest.
Less.
I didn't realise Stiflers was a real band.
Yeah.
I thought they were a band made for the movie, and because I thought Aaron Taylor-Johnson
was actually in the
a
band.
member of the band. So I was like,
You can tell the miming at the end of the film.
I didn't
so
notice
bad.
that.
We'll talk about
I didn't notice
it
that.
later.
I didn't notice
but his
that.
miming, terrible. I also thought, like, wow, he's really like stealing the Stiflers' thunder. Like, here he is, pretending to be a front man.
I genuinely thought it was a TV band that didn't exist in real life because Aaron Taylor-Johnson was a member of the band. That's how much they got to me.
Hate to break it to you.
Shout outs to them. I love them bad.
Yeah, no.
Apologies. So I think, like, we can both agree they're a little outdated, and there were some offensive things. Which is more offensive to you? Was it the book or was it the film?
The film. I So I did enjoy, and like we'll talk about the things that we still enjoyed about the film. So I did enjoy rewatching it. The slut shaming was insane. Like, not us, but someone could play a drinking game with the how many times they say slag or slut.
Oh my God,
It's insane. So and like, I was rewatching it and I was like, I'm enjoying the film, but I am a tad uncomfortable with just how, like, Slaggy Lindsay. That is insane.
Yeah, and I hate when people use the word like slut, slag.
It's just such
whore.
dirty language.
The only one I'm kind of okay with is hoe. Like, you a hoe? Yeah. That one makes me laugh. But the other ones, I don't really
they're not
like
cutesy,
it. So
they're not fun.
It is a little cringe.
Yeah, the slut shaming was just insane to me. They're also like, they're just crazy. Like when they're stalking Lindsay and basically doing up peeping Tom outside of, I'm like, God. that's a crime. Yeah. If you were boys, lock them up.
But because they're girls,
and then they then go and talk, and because that's how they find out that she uses
chicken fillets.
Yeah, I was gonna say they call them the breasticles or whatever it is, don't they? But
they were called
the fillers.
Chicken fillets.
I think
and you put them in your bra, and they kind of like lift
whatever
you up
bra fillers, whatever we want to call them.
Yeah.
And then they go and tell everyone, obviously, right at the very end. So I'm just like, listen, I don't know. I just felt like, and obviously it's a bit different to Lindsay's portrayal in the books.
100%.
But in the films, like, she's supposed to be this mean girl, and you know, she definitely becomes that. But I'm just like, I'm so sorry. The slut shaming here is a bit crazy and a bit OTT. You know, on the theme of shaming, the body shaming, also crazy. Watching it back, remembering that there was a world pre Kim Kardashian is actually so insane.
Because of the fat ass. Having a fat ass is a compliment.
They are talking about having a fat ass and they are devastated.
Yeah.
Like, actually devastated. And I'm just like, this used to be...
It's not even that big.
It's like when the UK media went crazy about Pippa Middleton's...
Oh my God, don't even get me started on that.
Voluptuous figure.
They were like...
Said, where is the figure in
where
question?
Where is the ass we're talking
obviously,
about?
Obviously, we don't talk about women's bodies over here, but I'm just saying. There wasn't all that.
I think obviously 2008 was peak heroin chic. You had oh my God,
Skinny
what's
was
that? Kate
in.
Moss.
Yeah.
Skinny was in. Skinny was the thing to me. So I hear it.
No, it's very much a product of its time. Like I rewatching it, I'm like, oh yeah, like we grew up in dark times. But like just on rewatch, I'm like, what is like? I just felt like there are definitely issues in the books, but the film, and maybe there's just something about like the medium of like the art and having to watch it, like the visual aspect and hearing it as opposed to like, and obviously the books are diary format, so it's George's own thoughts, and you know people are always a bit meaner in their thoughts or in their internal monologues, but because like these things are actually being said out loud to each other, it's like, guys,
that's the biggest difference, I think.
Feminism? Anyone?
Whereas I when I was reading it back, I thought the books were slightly more offensive than the films themselves. And my idea on why I thought the books were more offensive is I was thinking more about the reader. And I think today's day and age, teenage girls won't be reading something like Angus, Thongs and Perfect Snogging, or Full Frontal Snogging as it's called in the books. And in the books themselves, not only is she meaner to other people, she's also very, very mean to herself. Yeah. She criticizes and rips herself to shreds at each point, and you're just like, good Lord. And the thing is, because it's an internal monologue-ish kind of thing, in a way you can kind of forgive it, because you're like, she's not really saying this out loud, it's in her head. But I'm thinking more in the case of, if someone today was reading that book, how much of it would they find offensive? And I think they'd find a lot of the book more offensive than you would in the film.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, and the biggest offense to me in the books was the age. Oh, Lord. I read that back and I actually had to pause, because when I read it around 14, 15 when I was reading it, it didn't clock in my head how problematic it is. Yeah. In the books, Georgia is 14, and it's implied that she's just turned 14. And in the books, Robbie is in fact in year 13. So he is 17, turning 18. And this is a year 9 girl. And for like people who are not from the UK, from America, whatever, it's grade 8 and grade 12.
Yeah.
That is a huge age difference. And it's at an age difference where I remember when I was going to school, someone in year 11 dating someone in year 9 was very like ill.
Was it though?
It really was ill.
Because
The
I feel
thing was, it was
we can come
ill.
back to that.
Look, it was ill if it was year 11.
Because there were
year
defo
9,
girls.
But do you know what wasn't ill?
Yeah.
Dating an older boy who drove a car.
Yeah, a car would make a difference. Yeah.
It was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm dating an older guy.
Yeah.
But in school, year 11 dating a year 9 was very, very ill. I thought it was
Well,
weird.
he wasn't year 11, year 13.
No, but he's year 13. But
Yeah.
I say that because the school that I went to, secondary school, didn't have a
Didn't go up
sixth
to,
form.
yes, I get
So
you.
we
Yeah,
just
yeah,
had
I
year
agree.
11. And I would think someone in year 11 dating someone in year 9, that's weird as hell. I don't know why you're doing that. But that was my biggest
Yeah,
offense,
because essentially it's 14 and 17, right?
Yeah.
But fresh 14, 17 turning 18.
That's huge.
Yeah, that is a
gap.
big difference.
And even in this United Kingdom, I believe that is called a crime. That is,
Yeah.
what do they call it? Endangering a child.
It's not funny. It's actually really not funny.
It's really not funny. But
yeah, the age they changed it in the film. So in the films, she's 14 and then turns 15
in the film.
and he's year 12, so he's 17.
He's 16 turning 17.
Yeah,
so
so they have a
meets him
smaller
at
gap.
16.
Yeah.
It's a more.
And by the time they
acceptable
actually
gap.
get into the relationship, she is 15
and he's 17.
17.
So it's a bit more acceptable.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
But yeah, that age gap was a bit. Ooh. But in saying that,
illegal.
in the books, Robbie isn't actually the love interest. So
yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like
fine.
one of the I think the biggest difference in the books, because obviously the books are a series, right? So 100%. Angus, Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, what a title, for the actual book doesn't, I mean, even it doesn't even end up with her with Robbie. She doesn't get into the relation. No, it does.
She does have a relationship with Robbie, but her overall love interest is Dave the Laugh.
Yes, yeah, and
he's
that
the
doesn't
one.
come until many books later, because we
really
get
love
like at one point she's in love with an Italian. Pretty sure his name was like Massimo, and I just remember he had a motorbike. That was the only thing I remembered about Massimo. He was Italian and he had a motorbike. But eventually she ends up with Dave the Laugh, whereas obviously the film is self-contained, and is kind of her early kind of romance with Robbie.
With the film, it had a complete storyline. It sort of followed the formula of traditional teen movies, and there was a party at the end. You got the guy, you got over your insecurities. Where obviously they're not going to do 10 films of Angus, Thongs and Perfect Snogging. Like we said, even at that time, it wasn't that popular. They don't have the funds for that. So it was a good way to sort of adapt it to make it fit into one movie, and that's why I kind of still stand at the fact that the books are more offensive than the films. Though the films do have their downsides.
Yeah, for sure.
But in negatives versus positives, what were your favorite things about the film or the book, whichever?
I'd say actually on rereading the books, I didn't love it. I loved it. It pains me to say, because I was a Louise Renison stan, and R.I.P. R.I.P. And I still am a stan, because I think she did, like, I don't know, I just think she was a brilliant writer. I love those books, and for all what I think the things when we say the negative things about the books, I do still think the books are reflective of the time period.
Yeah. Because like I was saying, when I was reading it at 15,
none of this stuff was problematic to me.
Any of that was problematic.
None of it was problematic.
In fact, I ate it up.
Yeah.
Feed me more.
Yeah. But I don't know, and maybe I just couldn't get out of, like, I'm now 29, but I just could not.
Yeah, what do they call it? Your frontal lobe. Yeah,
the frontal lobe is developed. So I didn't love the reread.
Yeah.
Although I do wonder if I would prefer like the later books, because Georgia gets better as she gets older. I did really love rewatching the film.
Fair.
I do have a question there.
Yeah, go for it.
Should it have been Tom all along?
I was saying this to her because I was rewatching the films,
Yeah.
and I remember you said, like, obviously Aaron Taylor Johnson was your guy.
That was
Where obviously at that
Chef's
time
kiss.
I also thought he was very attractive.
Yeah.
But I was looking back at this and I was like,
I thought
What is this little boy
Aaron Taylor
doing?
Johnson in Angus Thongs was the best thing since sliced bread.
oh my god.
I was, and that his loving him in that film carried over. Yeah, it was like that's the reason I watched him in Marvel when he played
Oh,
like
wow.
Quicksilver, and it was always, it doesn't matter how Aaron Taylor Johnson has looked as an adult.
Yeah.
I've always been like, but in Angus Thongs,
And then rewatching it has
and then
broken you out of it.
rewatched it, and I was like, what was I thinking?
Yeah, because
Don't get me wrong, he is still cute in
he's
it.
still cute,
But
it's
Tom?
not doing it for me. Tom, I thought was
Tom was a cutie petite.
he was, and he was tall. I don't know if it's because
Yeah.
he looks older.
Maybe, yeah.
And he was nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And one thing I found about Robbie's character in the books, in the film, sorry, when I was rewatching it, is he is such a performative male.
Yeah.
Like, what was that thing he was saying?
He would be like a matcha drinking, tote bag carrying man.
Oh, not that we have
in
anything
2026,
against
which,
carrying
you know,
bags, but still, I just was like, I would
Yeah.
think you are secretly a misogynist and that you are just showing me a something I want to see. So he was not doing it for
icky.
me. He was not doing it for
Oh,
me.
it's
So that sort
it's
of
like the
pulled me
last
out.
line in the film where he was like, yeah, she's not perfect, but she's a perfect nutter.
Why are you insulting me? Excuse me.
Come again?
Don't insult me.
What?
You must only say nice things about me.
When I wrote, I said, what did he say?
The one that got me was, I wrote a song about you, Georgia. And then she starts smiling. He's like, yeah, it's called Bitch in Uniform.
No. He
I'm
was a horror.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
very against men calling women bitches.
Yeah.
It's not for
No,
me.
it was icky.
It's
It was
not for me.
icky.
It was
I'd
very
completely
icky.
forgotten about that until I
Yeah.
was rewatching it again. So I don't know. I found that quite fun to like revisit something where it's like, oh, this was like a seminal crush for me, like a moment in my life, yeah. And then be like, you ain't that cute.
What do they say? Crush is only the absence of information.
Yes.
So you got more
They do.
information about him.
And that
Your
is-
eyes were open,
yeah.
and you, in fact, no longer
I was like,
crushed.
yeah, I've divested. But, and then I'd say like actually one of my, or two other actually favorite things. One, God, it was good to hear British slang again.
Oh,
It was so,
oh.
bring back British slang, yeah?
What was
All
it?
these people that want to be,
He's well, la shady. Lord have
no,
mercy.
I didn't know that I needed to hear fitter as many times as I
Yeah.
did. I was like, yeah.
And Minga.
And Ming,
Oh, she's
what did she
such a
say?
Minga.
She's a minging minger. I was like, yeah,
No
this,
one says
bring
Minga
it back.
anymore.
Bring it back. I'm sorry. In this globalized world, we're all using too much of the same slang. I want to hear regional
It's
slang.
nice to hear differentiations, whatever the word is. You know what I'm trying to
different,
say.
yeah. So that was one of my favorite things, was just how like overtly British. And I was trying to think of like a film like that.
I think Saint Trinian's is the
No, but I
only
mean
other
like
film.
today. Agree, St. Trinity's. But like in the last
Today.
like even 10 years,
What's an overtly
like
British
overtly
teen?
British teen film.
I don't think you're.
If anyone can think of one, let us know.
I've not heard of
But
it.
I literally like, yeah, Bend It Like Beckham, St. Trinian's, Angus Thongs. They were all kind of came around out the
Yeah,
same
they did
time,
at
and
the
I feel
same
like
time.
I loved those genres of film so
don't
much.
exist
I
anymore,
loved
I
the second
think.
St. Trinian's film. I love Bend It Like Beckham. What's her name in Bend It Like Beckham? Jess, right?
Jess.
Yeah, Jess. I'm Irish. I get it.
Of course I
Get
understand.
it. What?
Lord, save us from these men.
that set us back. That set race relations back.
It did.
But like those kind of like, yeah, British teen girl films.
I think, yeah.
they just don't exist.
Not even that. Like, it's teen films that don't have so much angst and so much. What's the word? So much like. I can't find the word, but like when you feel like there's so much going on, and that if this doesn't happen, stakes. It doesn't have high stakes. It's very low stakes.
No one wants
it's
to
for
be
fun.
light, frivolous, and fun anymore.
Exactly. Everyone
Drama
wants to be
has taken
serious.
over everything. Not to like go on a tangent, but like all films, all
Not
TV
even
shows are just
that.
drama.
Everything that
Sitcoms have died.
Everything that was sort of catered towards also the teen girl has kind of disappeared. Remember the Winx Club?
Yeah. The Netflix Winx Club.
The Netflix
reboot.
Suddenly darker.
What?
Suddenly,
I just
like,
wanted to see good fashion.
Exactly. Like I wanted to see bright colours. Okay, I wanted to see the kingdom of whatever that place was called because I don't remember it right now.
I just remember Stella was from Solaria.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
She was
I think
from
so.
Solaria.
Like we need to do
not
another Winx Club
fantastical
reboot.
anymore, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
No one wants to do just like no one wants anything to be girly anymore. Like it's just everything has to be dark and just drama.
Or it has to have an underlying meaning because Barbie is very girly in a way.
Yeah.
But it has to have an underlying meaning where I feel like that genre of this is just for my enjoyment.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to learn anything. I'm just trying to see someone I relate to. I want to have a good time. That doesn't really exist
right
anymore.
now. No, I agree.
Which is a shame, I think.
So bring that back. Bring British films back. And then my last thing that I really loved is the soundtrack. I, as someone who was a big Scouting for Girls fan.
Oh, she's so lovely.
What a song. What a song. What a band. I actually, like, as soon as the film was over, I listened to the whole soundtrack. There's just so many things. Just I miss that era of music. And maybe this is just like we're in our nostalgia bag, but I just miss that era of music. And I just miss when white boys made white boy music.
I miss when they were in bands.
I miss it.
White boys should go back to bands.
Yeah, please.
I love that ish.
Please go
Bring
back to indie
what was that
sleaze.
thing? Not. Oh my god, not me. I can't sing. Just so everyone knows. In my head, I'm like I've got the tune, but when it comes out of my mouth, it's not quite working.
Yeah.
What's that one where they're like, "You're so naive yet so." Okay, yeah.
I got none.
Then
Maybe
it's
you guys
fine.
could tell her. I've got
Then
none.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, and like so, I love the album. The soundtrack. And genuinely, I think the best part of the film is Ultraviolet at the end.
That ending song, fantabulous.
One of the
Best thing I've heard.
greatest moments in a film ever.
I still
Argue with yourself.
listen to that. I listen to it all the time.
I know
Sometimes
every
even when I
word.
get down. Yeah. In fact,
In
if we
fact,
start singing it,
we won't. No, I wish I wish they would put it on karaoke machines. Because it's not
Is
on
it
there.
not
I've
on
actually
karaoke
tried to do
machines?
Stiff Dillons at karaoke. No, you just have to get your. I might do it at my next work karaoke.
Oh, I don't
Pick
have
up
a
it.
word. Karaoke.
But yeah, literally that Ultraviolet. Oh my god! I think if I lost all my memories, I'd still know the words to the song.
It's a really, really great song.
Banger. But yeah, so like overall, I still really love the film, despite its slut shaming, body shaming, lack of feminism, all that.
Yeah, it was that
Still an
huge
enjoyment.
era where the thing that we kept seeing coming up was being very boy-centered and like the whole world revolving around whether or not a boy likes you. Look, yes, it was a product of its time, but one thing I do have to say about Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging book and film is it really captured what it was like to be a teenage girl. It captured that insecurity, it captured the sentiment, it captured that constant criticism that, frankly, if we're honest with ourselves, does exist in your head.
100%.
Yes, it quiets down as you get older, but at that period of your life, it's so loud and it makes up so much of your personality, which is why you're very different from when you're a teenager to when you're an adult. So yes, there are a lot of things that no longer hold up, but it's still very true to the teen experience.
I feel like it's the details that like don't hold up, right? It's the language, it's the like
placing,
the place, it's the things that like are no longer like culturally acceptable, right? Like the number of lesbian jokes.
Hella lesbian jokes.
Couldn't be done today.
Running away from their PE
Literally.
teacher, being like,
Because,
my PE teacher's a
I
lesbian.
was just like, but then like I was thinking back as someone who went to an all girls school, like that definitely happened. we had female PE teachers. And I never participated, but there were rumors. But like that's what I mean. Like, okay, the details and the specifics of things might no longer hold up, and we might not talk about things in that kind of way anymore. But the sentiment, the core sentiment, the insecurities, the seeking like validation, all of that is like, it was true then, it's true today, it'll be true tomorrow.
And it was probably true 100 years ago.
Yeah.
The other thing that I found very funny, it was left out of the movies, but in the books, there was that scene where they all came together. The girls were like, okay, during lunchtime, we're going to go into this classroom. And then they were doing that levitation magic trick. And I was just thinking to myself, if this had happened in 1800s, you would all be burnt as witches.
Burnt at the stake.
Witches!
Yeah,
so that part made me laugh. And I did think, in a way, it holds up. Because that experience is still universal.
Yeah. It's quite nice, don't you think, like, to think, like, ultimately, like, girlhood is just, like, girlhood. No matter, like,
That's
what,
I mean,
where you kind of grow up.
Depiction of girlhood.
Yeah, I'm not, but, like, it is honest.
It's honest. It's
honest.
Thing.
Like,
it's very honest.
I think, you know, there are so many great things about growing up as a girl, being a girl, the things that you kind of enjoy and get to do, but there's also there's a lot of really bad stuff about it too. Like also, like, we grew up, like you said, heroin chic, like people, there was just eating disorders left, right, center. Like
everybody had an eating disorder.
Everyone's like insecure, and in a way, like, that's still happening today. Like you look at the boom in cosmetic surgery and things like that. Like I was like saying earlier, if Georgia Nicholson was around grew up in 2026,
she would have got a nose
she'd
job.
have a nose job.
Yeah.
She'd have a nose job. In fact, all the girls would do something.
Yeah. And
everyone would do something.
They'll talk about it on social media and they'll say how much it has boosted their confidence and how it is a very feminist thing to do.
Yeah.
So I think,
Yeah. So I just think we're living now in a different time, different technology, different standards. Yeah. But the heart of it it's still there, still applies.
It's still there.
Yeah.
It's still there. That's true.
Sure.
I agree. And then what were we thinking about the other time when we were like looking back? What were the things where you were like, yes, actually that made absolute sense. That didn't make sense when you were initially watching it. Because for me, it was the idea that Georgia was worried about her mum, and I was watching that back, and I was like, for sure, her mum was flirting hard with that decorator guy, and had he not been gay, an affair may have been started. So she was absolutely
she was
correct.
gay or not, she was having an emotional affair with him.
She was having an emotional
affair. She was like, husband's gone to New Zealand.
Here's this
I need a friend.
I need a man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know, I think, like, the thing is, like, watching the film and reading the book so long ago, really, like, and why I was excited to, like, rewatch it and reread was, more than anything else, I was just left with an impression of the story, as opposed to, like, actually really remembering, like, the details of it. I think the only things that I really, like, not to harp on about it, but was that ATG was really hot. ATJ, actually, in fact, my good friend Aaron Taylor-Johnson. And yeah, I think but I think I'd say, looking back on it, I'm like, I understand why Jazz was all over Tom. I think I always thought Tom was a bit of a, I mean, he is a side character. I don't think he even has more than 10 lines, you know?
Yeah.
He did not speak, and maybe that's why he's so hot.
Maybe that's why I now find him attractive and acceptable. I'm like,
Robbie was talking too much.
Robbie was talking too much. I like a silent man.
Yeah. I also, like, completely just forgot about, like, Angus as the cat.
I forgot how wild Angus was.
Yeah, I was just like, one of my favorite things in the film was the Angus getting lost plot. That acting, that would have gotten a C in GCSE drama. It was so bad. Every time Georgia and Jazz would choreograph, like, running into each other, like, when they ran into each other at the grocery store, I said, guys, this is so bad. But also, we've so done this. Like,
do you know what makes me laugh in the book? Because in the book, obviously, you're in her head. It's the diary format. There's a little snippet where she says, yeah, we, like, planned this conversation. It's annoying that they didn't go to the plan, but we got what we wanted.
No, but it is so real. Like, you would,
gonna say.
Yeah, you would
can't do that.
Plan out whole conversations, whole arguments. It wasn't even necessarily, like, always about boys, but, like, yeah, you would always, I don't know, it was just something where I was like, sometimes, you know, rewatching and rereading,
Yeah.
did you ever feel like cringe, but cringe because you know you have very much done these things?
I did cringe, and yes, I did think there's one thing I
I'm
haven't
seeing
done.
too much of me
I
here.
haven't.
There were obviously, there weren't
There were
things.
certain things I have not done.
Yeah,
I am not a
100%.
criminal. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
stalk
yeah.
people. Ish.
We've never tanned.
never
The
had a
orange
fake tan.
legs. Yeah. So some things unrelatable, but other things like I don't know. The things, especially I think more between the girls as
Oh,
friends.
100%, yeah.
I was just like, this is so true of
Yeah.
teen female friendships.
It'd be like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but
But in conclusion, we both felt like, some things don't make sense anymore, but the sentiment of the film and the book still holds up.
hold up.
Yeah.
Agree. 100%.
So we would agree that it does. And it was, it was lovely watching it back and reading it back. And I felt like my teenage self again.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a good thing or not, but yeah.
The teen years were a while ago. For you. No, I'm joking. What was the last thing I was gonna say was, petition to reboot as a TV series.
Oh my God, it would do so
Because
well.
I want to see the Dave the Laugh redemption arc.
I would too.
I
would too.
Because they're so cute in the books.
They are, and you just didn't get that in the films. But
Yeah,
you
don't. You only get glimpses of Dave. It's and also like back then, TV wasn't what it is today.
Exactly.
But yeah, if anyone, BBC, Netflix,
it'd probably have to be the
HBO.
BBC.
Well, it probably needs to be
It'd probably be the
quite
BBC.
British. Wants to turn this into a TV show,
We support it.
we'd be right there.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
All right.
All right.
All right,
Well,
gang.
thank you for listening, watching, however you're choosing to tune into this, and we hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye. All right.
Oh my God. Now I
don't
can
know
turn
what
off
that-
my work voice.
Not the work voice.
Oh, God.